Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. So far, almost have 300 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm just beyond blessed. And it's just an honor to have you guys join me in this journey as it unfolds and gets crazier and more awesome. So, thank you, and yes, please subscribe if you're new here. So, this video, I'm going to be talking about my UFO sighting experiences, and I now feel more confident enough to talk about this after having a few more experiences. Although I realize I've had them in the past, they're all really similar, and I briefly talked about this in my Contact in the Desert video because I saw it then and it reminded me that I've already seen them. So I already talked about that experience, but I had a couple more recently, and I just want to talk about my UFO sighting experiences. So basically, I've always seen them as dancing stars in the sky. They look like stars or a planet, but they're dancing, they're moving. They're not a star or a planet actually. They're a moving light in the sky. A UFO, I mean, it's moving, unidentified flying object. There you go. That's how I experience them, is dancing stars. That's what I call them. And I realized I've seen them when I was younger, maybe like 12, 13, but it never registered until now, and it all connects now. And these recent experiences were during these renegade campouts that we go to, and my twin flame was able to experience these with me. It happened a few times in a row, like 2 times in a row, and the second time was a really more significant, profound experience. So I'm going to be talking about them. So it's just like the dancing stars, and they usually dance or move around in the sky and watch over us all night, like until it's daytime. That's obviously they can't stay that long or whatever, and that's when they leave. But like throughout the night, you can just like look up, they'll be moving around different spots, and they just watch us all night, throughout the night. And this time we watched their entire visit from, well, maybe not when they first came in, because you just notice a moving star, but when to the ending when they left. And oh yes, this night, so I'm just pretty much going over the most profound one, even though they're all similar. But this night was the closest we've seen them. Like, I could actually see the ring around the light, the star, the UFO, and it is. I tried to draw a picture of it, but it sort of looked like this. It just, you could see it illuminating, and that was the closest I've ever seen it, because I've never seen it illuminate like that before. Like, yeah, it's bright, it's a star, but like you could see the shine illuminate off of it. So it was really closer than I've ever seen them. And we would take time to go look at the UFO, and like actually sit there and look at it. And when we did that, it like felt good to look at it. It felt right and safe, like there was an interacting connection between us. And before the sun rose, I decided we should watch them leave and launch away from Earth, because they weren't going to stay all night. You know, they're gonna have to leave sometime. So I'm glad I finally decided that we should do this. So as we decided to stay and watch them leave, because we don't normally see them in the day, even though some people see UFOs in the day, this isn't their style of contacting, of visiting. They just are in the night sky, watch over, leave. As we watched the takeoff, the whole leaving Earth part lasted maybe about 40 minutes. And so the UFO began to get into a still stationary position. We could tell it wasn't dancing anymore. It like just sort of like kind of moved to the side. Actually, where we could see it too, because there's trees blocking. And we could tell it just got still in stationary position. and it slowly rose up in a vertical direction. That lasted for 20 minutes. Then the UFO in that vertical direction kept moving farther and farther, appearing smaller and smaller. And that lasted about 20 more minutes. We decided that's when they had left. They had gotten smaller and smaller, farther, farther. That's when we decided they probably had left, and the sky was starting to get bright. And the UFO was really faint when we left, and we know that they disappeared at light speed or at a portion of light speed. I was expecting it to launch faster, like in a blink of an eye type of deal. But from observation on Earth, it might not be as fast, or they just didn't go through like a wormhole or a portal. That's like what I'm thinking of, is like boom, which probably is a portal and a wormhole. But instead, they went light speed or a portion of it. And after doing a little research, I read something about UFOs, which I will put in the description box, about how they would travel, and they would go, oh yeah, 2/3 light speed. So that's what someone has reported, and that makes sense. It was like really fast, but like not too fast, and they're just going, they're moving really fast, getting smaller and smaller. And in that article too, that's how it mentions the two ways of travel: wormhole or light speed. I tried to draw it out. I would wish I could do some cool animation for you guys, but you know, we're going old school. So this was it slowly rising, just going doop. Okay, that's not a straight line, but it was like straight, very straight. Just slowly going up, and then slowly fading out, going back farther. So that's my UFO experience, my UFO sightings, and I'm sure I'm going to have more, but it's always these dancing stars, and I'd love for you guys to comment on your own UFO sighting experiences. Let's get more of an interaction going on to see what other experiences are out there in your own descriptions. Maybe you've seen the dancing stars too. Maybe you call them dancing stars. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.